YouTube, what the crap's going on? And Scooby Drew, this one's for you, buddy. Yep, it even rhymed. He asked for me to play Beastmen, so I have a couple of Beastmen matches that I pulled out for Scooby Drew. This one's going to be against the Vampires, who are kind of a nemesis of mine with Beastmen. It seems like I always lose to them. This time I've got plenty of Doomflock, and I'm going to really exert its presence here. My opponent has two Necromancers on the Corp card. One is his General, the other is just another Necromancer, so he's got a Master Necromancer and the Necromancer. He does have two Blood Knights back here in the woods. I had seen one of them early on in the battle, but not both. And it's fortunate for him he has the Blood Knights, otherwise this army would be woefully underprepared to deal with what I brought, which I have two Giants supporting Morgur, the Shadow Gave, and then obviously my Bratium and a Beast. I just have a bunch of cheap, or I say a bunch, 3 units of cheap infantry, and then there's a Gorebull running with a unit of Minotaurs with great weapons in the flank, because I needed some anti-large. I figured I might have to chase a Mortis Engine or something like that. There's no Mortis Engine, and I know I'm going to have to get the Corpse Cards. If I get the Corpse Cards, I'll win the battle, because they help heal units around them, and they also provide melee buffs. So the units around them are getting pretty significant stat buffs. So I'm trying to do what damage I can with the Flock of Doom from a distance. My opponent just really wants to sit here. Now he overcast Invocation of Nehek and damaged his own Lord very badly in the process. It's a horrible miscast on his part. You can see him wanting to use these Skeleton Spears to protect his Corpse Cards. That's pretty typical fare. And then he thinks these Graveguard or Blood Knights are hidden in the back. I know they're there, but at the same time I'm kind of thinking, 2 units of Minotaurs with great weapons and 2 Gorebulls, I can probably take the Blood Knights. That's my thought. I don't know if I'd be right because I've never tried it before. I'm just going to plow through the front line with my Giants and go straight for his Lord, because killing the Master Necromancer is one step closer to killing the Vampires. You can see here that my Giants get distracted, unfortunately, but then one of them gets back on task here. I don't know what I was doing. This was a misclick or something, I think, on the point of my Minotaurs. And same thing here. I kind of misclick and I get charged by the Blood Knights. This is very, very bad. This is not what I want. So they get downhill, and my guys are alone. So I've taken a pretty nasty charge here downhill, plus there's skeletons. So knowing the Blood Knights were there, I took a pretty foolish engagement. He overcast the Invocation of Nehek there again, and that's actually what kills his Corpse Guard. And I was like, man, I'm in good shape. His Lord just went down early. But then I see what's happening back here with my Minotaurs, and I'm like, eesh, I'm actually not in such good shape. The Gorebulls are helping to put down a lot of damage, but my Minotaurs are just getting straight wrecked here with all the spears, and there's even more spears. So this is kind of a weird thing. I've never been able to hold the Giant in place. It's got to be the Cryptors. Like, I kept trying to move my Giant in the battle. I was like, why is he stuck? It's the Cryptors. See how they're just kind of keeping him there? They've got the mass, whereas the other Giant just pulled right out of the infantry. Well, then my Giant ends up taking a ton of damage because I just keep trying to pull it out. So probably should have just left him there to fight, and he would have caused more damage that way. But anyway, the enemy gets all blobbed up over here, and I do have a Brace Shaman. Unfortunately, he got routed, but he's going to come back momentarily, and I was kind of hoping for this. Having a couple of Giants and then the Gorebulls, I was like, you know what? His units are bound to get blobbed up, and then my Flock of Doom is going to have an even bigger impact. I'm going to bring back some of my routing units here. So my Giants are kind of just going to town here, but the Skeleton Spears will do a lot of damage to them over time. It's actually kind of a dangerous situation. There's the Cryptors add a little bit of staying power. Here's some Chaos Spawn that I summoned up from Morgur. So they're getting a little bit of damage done. 36 kills. Not bad. Anything they can do to distract and just kind of get me kills, it's to my benefit. So I've got my Brace Shaman coming back. I'm going to start dropping more and more Flock of Doom. Over here, I'm trying to get to his Corpse Cart for the Necromancer, but he keeps raising the dead. It's amazing how slow and crappy this thing is, but the Vampires, for me at least, are always just slippery as snot. It's like I can never get my hands on them. And the Blood Knights come in to save the Corpse Cart once again here, because they're going to do immense damage to my Giants. Without the Blood Knights, this battle would have been over before it started. The Giants, my opponent, just wouldn't have had anything to kill them, but the Blood Knights are a problem. You can see once again the Corpse Cart, even though it's like just slow as molasses, it's going to be able to get away because as I chase it, the Blood Knights can do immense damage to my units. So I'm still not able to do anything about the Blood Knights. I've spawned more Chaos Spawn. This one's one of the ones that gets rid of an enemy unit to spawn in this one, so that was great. But there's still a couple of units out here that'll be a little bit of a problem. The Sternsman which do a lot of healing. They're going to be hard to get rid of, and this is a big problem. With this guy rolling around, there's more healing for the vampires. Plus, this guy has Raise the Dead. He doesn't have Invocation of Nehek anymore, which honestly is almost too bad for me, because Invocation of Nehek was what actually killed his lord. So I figured I could come in here with Gorebull. Probably wouldn't get bogged down on just Sternsman or something like that. I'm going to keep attacking this, and I'm like, alright, good. Necromancer's going to die here. As he starts faltering, Gorebull's pretty much got him on the ropes. I'm like, sweet. But then Gorebull gets distracted. And I'm like, seriously? My giant gets driven off by these Cryptors. That's kind of unfortunate. I do have some Minotaurs over here that I haven't recognized. And then Gorebull gets bogged down just in the nick of time, and then because of the healing, this stupid corpse cart gets away. And look at this. This is just zombies and stuff, and Gorebull's acting like he can't get through here. It's kind of annoying. It seems like everybody's Gorebull is just like a bar of soap in the bath whenever I'm trying to catch him, but I swear my guys just always get bogged down. So I'm like, alright, well, I'll get him this time. You're dead, Necromancer. Alright, got a good hit, didn't do anything. Necromancer's still healing at full speed, and there we go. Finally get a good charge in, so I'm like, alright, once again, Necromancer should be dead. His Blood Knights are dropping. I've got my Bray Shaman, I've been using some Flock of Doom, and I'm like, alright, Necromancer go die. Nope, Necromancer gets away from another Raise the Dead. So now there's a ton of zombies, and Gorebull's taking damage from running away from these guys. So once again, the stupid, dumb corpse cart, which is like on the cusp of defeat, just keeps getting away and just keeps healing. It's just, this is eternally frustrating when you're fighting the vampires, because I swear they're the masters of it. They're the masters of just putting crap in your way and keeping you from being able to do it. And then my Bray Shaman gets attacked again. I don't know, I may have like a smidge more, there might be a little more magic left, I don't remember to be honest, but I've used most of my magic. So Morgur is up here fighting for his life. I've summoned up pretty much all of the guys that I can. Now I'm being chased by Blood Knights. This is bad, so I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to charge over, get near Morgur, and see if we can deal with the Blood Knight, and then maybe I can get away, because the Blood Knight is actually kind of ruining me here. Another Gorebull came back from routing. I don't know if I'm going to recognize it. I sure haven't recognized it in time, and then this giant's back also, and I haven't recognized it, so a couple big mistakes there on my part, because just a couple of units like this would be really critical, like this Gorebull getting a hold of that corpse cart. That would be absolutely clutch. Let's see if his Blood Knights notice the Gorebull out here. So Morgur has done a spectacular job. His healing and everything has kind of kept him alive. He's really not that good. But since the vampires don't have anything better to offer in terms of killing him, he's tanking out a lot of kills because it's just infantry that's after him, and the infantry struggles to do enough damage. Yeah, look at this. I forgot about the Gorebull. What a disgrace to Gorebull I am. All that talk of his campaign, and this is what I allow to happen. He's going to get killed by these Blood Knights. He could have come back in and killed the corpse guard. So, partly frustrating just because of the slippery corpse guard, and then the rest of that frustration is all on me. It's all my own fault. So I got the Bray Shaman back, but if I remember right, he doesn't have any magic left. I think I've used up all my magic. I do get some Minotaurs back in at the last second to do some damage. And I've got Gorebull, and I'm like, alright, this time the corpse cart dies. And then I think I recognize this giant up here in a minute. I didn't do a good job of looking at my unit cards. I'm like, alright, there's no way the corpse cart can get away this time. No way. There's no Blood Knights around, but look at this. Gorebull just follows him around, and he doesn't do anything. Now this is not my fault. I stink, I get it. I make a lot of mistakes, but what is this? Is Gorebull just like admiring the corpse cart? He just doesn't do anything. I should have started clicking a lot more orders or something. Finally I get a charge, and it does a lot of damage, but it's too late because now the Blood Knights are back. So it's like this stupid Necromancer is the luckiest piece of crap due to my own mistakes and just other bogus stuff like that, where my Gorebull should have been beating the crap out of him, but he wasn't. And so the corpse cart lives. It's like the slowest, most undefended piece of junk, and it's going to live, and because of that, I've just got nothing left. I've summoned all the Chaos Spawn I can, and now one last-ditch effort, I bring in the Bray Shaman. The Bray Shaman's hit does nothing. I can't do anything to the corpse cart at this point. So the corpse cart's going to live, which means the vampires are going to maintain their magic. I still probably wouldn't have been able to do anything about the Sternsman. It was close. This was very, very close. It was a tight battle. And Morgur fights it to the death here, and I finally remember this giant, but watch this. This is stupid. There are two Blood Knights charged, and before the giant can land his hit, the Blood Knights get their charge, and so the giant dies. And once again, the corpse cart gets threatened, and I'm like, oh yeah, nope, He's going to get saved by the Sternsman. So this slippery corpse guard, this guy just like went into the local McDonald's, cleaned out the grease trap and rubbed it all over himself, and just keeps slipping away from everything because he's so greasy. Definitely made some mistakes here that I should have been able to get around. So knowing about that Gorebull and coming back, I could have killed the corpse cart then. Probably should, like, I got charged by the Blood Knights back near where their spearmen were, where if I would have just been patient, I didn't have to worry about it. I could have waited for the Blood Knights to come to me. So I think I had lots of ways to actually win this battle. So I was a little bit frustrated with myself because I threw this one. But it was fun. It was close. And looky there, folks. The person who submitted the replay, which was me, didn't win. Does that make you happy? There's so many people who complain about that. I get it. Anyway, so GG Button Men, you won. You took that one home. You're slippery, stinking necromancer right here. Stayed alive the whole time, so kudos to you. Dang vampires, that's what they're good for. You can see neither one of us walked away from that battle in good shape. It was a fun one. I do have one more battle for Mr. Scooby Drew here, who requested Beastmen. This one's going to be up against the Wood Elves. Now, when I come up against Wood Elves with Durthu, Beastmen are not my favorite. But in this case, where the Wood Elves like go with kind of a more awkward build, which I don't even know what this was, my opponent got it, and I'm like, all right, Beastmen engage. Because I see the elf player like kind of spread all over the map with all these different units and kind of like odd formations, and I'm like, yeah, this is going to be great because we're just going to steamroll. We're just going to steamroll our way right through this over here. He deployed Deepwood Scouts. They actually did immense damage. Look at that. One volley takes off like more than half of my Centaurs. It's brutal. But now that the Centaurs are engaged, those guys are in trouble. Gorebull says no to these Way Watchers. As in, no, you won't live past today. Way Watchers really like it when Gorebull charges in. But look at that, man. They've got some severe armor-piercing damage. Look what they did to him. And then here comes my Woo Pig Chewies. These are my Razor Gore herd. Charging into more of these Way Watchers here, trying to kill these expensive bows. Those guys just keep shooting even when they're in their combat. The Wild Riders are going to come in here, but they really aren't a match for Gorebull either. And I'm going to bring in some more pigs just to help lay in some extra hit point damage here. Actually, maybe I'm taking the pigs elsewhere. I think I'm taking the pigs elsewhere. Look at Legolas over here, this Waystalker. Thinks he's cool stuff. We'll see if indeed he is cool stuff. So I got my piggies in here, and all the forward deployed Wood Elves got chewed up. And at this point, my Centaurs with great weapons are free from the flank, and they've got Legolas over here in their sights. And I don't think he can jump on a shield and like ski downhill or anything to get away from this. Let's just watch. Look at him. I don't even know if he knows what's happening. I look so good. Yeah, you look even better, Ted. All right. Look at this column formation from the elf. I don't know what's going on here. This is like a weird battle. It was really weird, but I figured that after my terrible, like just so close of a defeat there to the vampires, that y'all would probably enjoy seeing the Beastmen come in and do what we really like to see Beastmen do, which is just face roll someone. It's like right. It's like the herd. The herd just comes storming in and face rolls everybody. It's kind of what you imagine the Beastmen like to do. There's Mortar, the Shadow Gave. So the Waystalker gets destroyed. I'm doom flocking over here to get rid of other elf units. The Treekin are like the only thing even holding out at this point. Gorebull has pretty much gone and dealt with most of the elf units around here. That was a War Dancer with Azrai Spear, and it turns into a very quick, decisive victory. So there you go. At least there's a little positive spin for Gorebull there. I misused him in the first battle and suffered that last-second defeat to the vampires, and in this battle we were able to face roll the elves and have some fun there. GG to Elf Keem. Thank you for the game. Hope you all enjoyed these Beastmen battles. Drew, that was for you, buddy. Thank you for being a supporter of the channel. And yeah, hope you all enjoyed that one. HeirofCarthage signing off for now. Appreciate you, my awesome viewers. I will see you with more content soon. Later.